All right, here we go. It is almost springtime here in the Berkshires. It's feeling like it, and I think today was in the 60s. I don't know,
It was beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
How tremendous
Sunny
it
and
was.
beautiful.
And it's a good time to go out and get a facial, or to go get a massage, or to pamper yourself.
Get your hair done.
And get your hair done. Cara, did you have your hair done recently?
I did recently.
Are you satisfied with
Yes.
it? Okay, that's
Yeah, I
tremendous.
needed it done.
I'm trying to get a smile out of Brandi. So, we went to, Wilbraham this past weekend, and believe it or not, if you drive around Berkshire County and Western Mass, the potholes aren't that bad around the rest of Western Mass, but somehow you get to Pittsfield, and it's a lot different. I don't know. I don't know if you've been seeing that, Brandi, but anyway, so we've been...
Yeah. No, you drive behind people, they look like they're drunk.
Yeah. I know. I feel awful when I'm driving through the city because I have the Mini Cooper.
Right.
And I just cannot afford to. It costs a lot of money to fix that car, and so I'm dodging those potholes, and I'm like, good Lord.
Well, you blew out your tire last year.
I did last year. It was $800.
$800. And I've been hearing from a lot of people who definitely blew out their tires over the last couple of weeks or so. So yeah, it's happening. It's real. It's real. So I don't know if the city should create a fund. It's like.
And I'm wondering
taxpayer
about the
money
underpass because where we live.
They actually temporarily patched it today.
Did they?
The underpass. We're talking about that the one on Hubbard Avenue. Yeah.
They actually temporarily
Good.
patched it today. I had to go that way.
There you go. But so we did go because we had to go to Wilbraham because Ricky had his big rehearsal for
District Chorus.
Yeah.
So
Chorus.
He tried out for districts and he made it. And so he had his rehearsal last weekend, and then the show is actually Saturday, coming Saturday.
We went to a great breakfast place too.
We did. It was called
Evans Eggs. Evans Eggsland, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I said, I asked the lady, I was like, man, I really had this amazing omelet, and it had avocado and Great Barrington, and it had avocado and it had goat cheese, and the lady looked at me like I had 3 heads.
Yeah, she
like,
was
what are
like,
you doing?
You know what?
It's like we don't,
we don't have goat cheese here.
And I'm a down home eggs, and but she thought I was some fancy.
We were
pants.
laughing about that.
So I was like, all right, 2 eggs over easy, 3 eggs, throw in a third one in there, and bacon, and have a nice day. And it was great. And the best breakfast in town out there in Wilbraham or whatever town we were in, out there. But. So we went and did some shopping at the Burlington Coat Factory.
Which
out there.
I think they just call it Burlington now.
Yeah.
Well, no, it says it's Burlington Coat. No, it's Burlington, and then it's like adults, kids,
women,
pets, women, men, and then coats or something like that. It says
like
I don't know.
So we went there.
And I got some socks. I had to bulk up on the socks.
Yeah, always socks. I mean, socks, it's one of those
disappear.
things. They literally do disappear. I've tried everything. I've tried the little net bags, the whole thing where you put them in the bags and try to but we have so many different pairs of socks between the 5 kids and us. It's like socks everywhere. And
I love having those socks, and you get them new in
John
the package.
loves new socks.
And I like to take them out like one at a time and then wear them. And Cara wasn't having that this time because Cara doesn't like packaging. She doesn't like anything of any kind. She wants it done and out.
I want it taken apart, washed, folded, put away.
And I think I'm definitely weird like that because I have the package, and so I kind of it feels like they stay new for a while. Or
and you
I'm
saw me at the garbage, and I'm at the counter at the garbage, and I'm ripping them, which probably shouldn't. I should have used scissors, but I'm over there with the socks. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm taking the socks apart." And he was like, "Oh, I like to have the new package."
And plus we've hit our toter limit. We
yes, we actually have.
Although hopefully there were some plastic pieces that we can recycle.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so and if we go. How many people are driving into Richmond to go bring their trash and bring it to a relative's house where they have unlimited trash pickup in Richmond? But who knows? I don't know.
And then I just overfill bags sometimes, and so I overfilled the bag and Yeah.
Yeah, you got in trouble. Toter police. Toter police are coming to get you. Okay, so we have a great show. We have the wonderful, wonderful Brandi Scalise and Nelson Ross, who is a stylist from the original days of the first days of unisex salons. And Nelson is from those. And Brandi, of course, they're both from Blu Salon and Spa. And they're located on Williams Street. And last week, I think it was, I talked about the massage that I had at Blue with Paula. And I had no idea.
She's amazing.
She is amazing. I mean, do you get massages from her?
I used to when I had time.
When you had time? You don't have time for a massage?
No.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't be able to get in with her anyway.
She's busy.
She is busy.
She's booked solid.
Yep.
She's booked solid.
amazing.
So, welcome.
Hi.
It's great to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We see Brandi every once in a while
Yeah.
during the week.
In my PJs, wet hair, running out to the curb with my
taking
toter.
the toter.
When you sent that text about the falling over or whatever, carrying was that you?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you fall over bringing the toter?
No, I was looking at the sky. There was a patch of ice, and it was that morning that it started snowing, and I saw the ice in the morning, and then brought my garbage out, and I was going to put salt down, but I thought, well, that's pointless, because then the plow's going to come or whatever, and so when I went out, it had snowed. I didn't see the ice anymore,
Oh no.
and I was looking up at the sky. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
oh.
Ugh,
I gotta
that's
get
the
up.
worst. Yeah, and you got to be careful with that stuff. You can break a hip that way, and that is not
And
a
it's
good
early.
thing.
Our trash comes early.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So
it does.
I see. Yeah, I mean, occasionally that's when I see probably Brandi the most is on Thursday morning at around 6:55 a.m. Hey. In the PJs. We're both in our PJs, but it is early.
It's
it is
dark
early.
enough.
It is. So Brandi is the owner of Blu Salon and Spa, and so how long have you been working in this business?
30 years.
30 years. Where did you start? What was your original beginning in this industry?
I started working at the hair studio right on Park Square.
Okay. Yeah, who's that?
Frank
Frank.
Napolitano.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He's the best.
He taught me
I
a
love
lot.
That guy.
He's great.
And what did you do there?
Hair?
You were doing the hair.
Yep.
And I
Yes.
heard for many years, everybody would say, if you want your hair colored, go to Brandi.
Oh my god, thank you.
Honestly, I mean, I get highlights, but I just remember people saying that, and I'm like, who is this Brandi? So then when I actually met you, I was like, oh my gosh, because everybody said you were the best colorist around.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Frank's really good. He's really good. He taught me a lot. There was a Redken salon in New York City. It was Beth and Carmine Minardi.
Mm-hmm.
And Carmine, they were married. Carmine cut hair, Beth colored. And she was formulating for Redken, and she
Oh,
was
wow.
she was awesome. I loved watching her. So he and I would go to shows and
Okay.
learn.
That's tremendous.
It was awesome.
And as far as owning a business, what did you pick up from him on that? Because he has been hugely successful for what?
Yeah,
You know.
he's
30 plus years.
Yep. I don't know. I would say I've taken a little bit from every salon I've worked in. And I always dug in and did inventory at a lot of the salons I worked at, which is just a good organization skill, to know what's going on, how much everything costs, and then I took courses at BCC, business courses and accounting courses.
So
So
Mm-hmm.
that's then you're the triple threat there, as far as that goes.
I don't know.
I mean,
Nelson helps me a lot.
Nelson's here. So Nelson, tell us about yourself a little bit. You've been working in this industry for a long, long time too.
long
A lot of
time.
experience on this staff.
Yeah, a lot of. I initially became licensed as a hairdresser in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Mhm.
I worked there, and then my wife and I moved to North Carolina. and I worked in a salon and owned salons there. And then my wife was invited to First Baptist Church right up the street to be the pastor.
That's right.
And I worked briefly in a salon, which will remain nameless, but it wasn't a good fit, so I retired. And then COVID hit, and I realized I'd be too bored to stay home all day, every day. And so I was actually driving down Williams one day, and I looked over and I saw Blu Salon and Spa, and actually that was the name. It had a shared name with the salon in North Carolina. One in North Carolina was Blue Icon, and this was Blu. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just call and see if. And then somebody told me that she had a post on Facebook. We kind of talked, and
Oh, no, he came in and told me I was hiring him. And I said, okay, yeah, let's go.
Let's remember this correctly.
Yes.
Is up front saying, "Hey, there you go. Let's do this." And by the way, if you comment, like, and share the live video tonight, you'll be in the running for a gift certificate, and you're going to have to go to the salon to go get the gift certificate. We're not going to bring it to you because Brandi is going to have that gift certificate for you once we choose the winner at Blu Salon. So Susan Rose says, in North Adams, I thought my rim was going to crack. The hole was that big. So I guess we got some potholes in North Adams too. Carol Majeski says, hello, John, Cara, Brandi, and Nelson. Looking forward to the show. Ann Meswar says, Brandi is a miracle worker.
Oh, I love Annie.
With a blue heart there. And Sarah Esco says, never been to the spa. Excited to try it. All right. So, Sarah, you are in the running to get a gift certificate to try it out. But yeah, it is Williams Street. Right there at a lot of parking too, which is and you look at Frank, what he's got to deal with on Park Square, not the easiest, and some other locations. But I mean, what we found is some of the spas, if you can find parking, and that's a big deal for you.
Yeah, it is. It's great, and they just paved it 2 years ago, so no potholes in the parking lot.
That's one of those parking lots in Pittsfield, for sure. So, looking at that, how do you approach it? When you started there, started the business, you had to have good people working with you, and then I think in that business is probably a lot about the following that each of the stylists have, and you yourself too. So, because that's got to be nerve-wracking when you first open a business and say, oh my God, I hope someone's going to show up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure you had great confidence of loyalty to you.
It was a pretty smooth transition because we had.
Tell me about that.
Well, it was Lotus, which I was managing.
Yeah.
And so it literally July 15th in the morning, it was Lotus, and then about 2 hours later, it was Blu. So, I mean, it was all the same people. We kind of just smoothly transitioned over, and so it was good. It was really good. And we were off and running.
Off and running.
Yeah.
Off and running.
I remember that. I remember sitting on our front porch, and you were early stages.
Bananas.
Early stages.
Back and forth
like,
for days. It's a lot of work.
So tell me about that work, what it's like to actually go into that and start a business, because one thing to work it, one thing to even help manage it, but like when you own it, what was that like?
What changed for me was pretty much taxes and payroll, and more responsibility. So I've just been busy doing that, but everyone that works there is a huge part of what we are. It's not just me, it's not just Nelson, it's everyone, and everyone is so good to each other and works so well together, and everyone has each other's backs. It's an amazing group of people that work there.
Yeah. You can feel it when you go in.
Yeah.
When you go into the salon, it's beautiful, it's clean, which is huge, and everybody, it's like a family in there.
Yeah.
And I, when we got our hair done for our wedding, so I got my hair done, Sophia got her hair done, Bev, John's mom, my mother-in-law, got her hair done. The girls were really great. They came to the Williams Inn. They did a wonderful job. It's not easy. I have very thick hair. My daughter has very thick hair, and they did. My hair looked beautiful. So I was very grateful because I didn't have to worry about anything, you know. And we got our nails done.
Yeah.
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 It was wonderful. And I just realized when John went to have his massage that you have a sauna in there. I had no idea. I thought it was new, but
No, it's been there.
Yeah.
It's been there a while. Yeah.
It has been. It has been. So, I mean, to me, so tell me about that, the whole purpose of it. You have the sauna, so that, I guess, opens
so
up
it's an
the...
infrared dry sauna.
Yeah.
So it pulls out impurities, and it just heats up your muscles, loosens them up, which intensifies your massage.
Mhm.
Because if the muscles are already heated up and relaxed, it just allows Paula to get in there and dig deep.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I noticed, I used it once. I really should use it more. But it just relaxes you and it makes you feel good just using the sauna. And we do have some doctors sending their patients to come and
that's
use
great.
the sauna.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. Get it covered by insurance at all?
There's actually, I do
So
tell...
I mean, it sounds like I'm joking, but like
No.
there actually is,
So
you know.
the most extreme I've ever seen, and it kills me because these guys don't take advantage of it and they bust their butts every day. UPS workers,
Yeah.
they get one massage a week.
wow.
They get 53 massages a year
wow.
that they can. It's kind of a song and dance because they have to call their insurance company. The insurance gives them basically a prescription that we fill out and we staple a receipt to it. And they can get their massages completely covered.
Okay, so what is their insurance? Do you know?
I have
UPS
no
do they have-
idea.
Do they have like Blue Cross Blue Shield or
I
something?
don't
or-
know, but each insurance company is different, and it's definitely worth people's while to call and see what does get covered.
I think that really is a
I
great
don't think
idea.
people even
It's
know
preventative.
that exists. And
Yeah.
I'm sure, I mean, I haven't even looked into it, and I really should because we're a private practice here, you know, with private pay and everything. But there is that wellness. You know, some people have that on their insurance that they'll pay a certain portion of like preventative wellness treatments, like
Usually
Reiki
it's
or
a reimbursement. So all
Yeah.
you have to do is provide them with a receipt.
right.
So there you
Yeah,
go.
easy.
So UPS does
UPS,
the
get down
drivers?
here.
They do a lot of
Yeah.
driving. They do a
Yeah.
lot of lifting. They do a lot of that. There are other people who do a lot of driving and lifting and all
Yeah.
the similar things. So if they have some sort of insurance, that would be something you should really look into. And I think that would be great because for a long time, and I think that goes for the salon aspect, the hairstyle.
Yeah.
Sometimes people see it as a luxury. Actually, they do really. I mean, when it comes to massage, they're like, "Oh, well, it's expensive. It's it's self love, all that stuff." But like, it's not.
Preventative.
Right.
It's prevent. So like, if you change the mindset on it, because when you look at medical things and medical procedures or medical services, they're super expensive, and the cost to people. So if you're able to get that covered by insurance, I think that's like a really big thing, and people should,
Pedicures.
Yeah.
and pedicures too.
Pedicures are just hygiene.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of people, same thing. They think it's a luxury or they think it's foo-foo or pretty, and it's not. It's just taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
So check into it. One massage a week would be amazing.
Wouldn't it be?
How awesome! I mean, I would hope
Yeah.
that you'd never get like bored with it and be like, oh well, I'll just use my normal massage. I don't
Here
think
for
so.
my nap.
Cody Hostetter, I think is how do I say this name? I think
You're
I
right,
get that right. I love
Cody.
working there. Everyone's very kind. She says very great experience so far.
She's a
says Cody.
sweetheart.
So
Yeah.
another great worker, hairstylist. Is that-
She
does-
watches our front desk for us
She watches
on
the front desk.
Saturdays. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, Nelson, what do you love about doing this work? Because clearly you came back to it after a little bit. You've been doing it for years. What do you love about it?
The one thing I love about being a hairstylist is the ability to break down barriers. People sometimes have preconceived notions about male hairdressers. They have preconceived notions about African American men. And when we sit in the chair, it's just me and the client, and all the other stuff goes out the window. And we come up with a plan, what we're going to do to their hair, what we're going to do with their hair. And it's just a way to communicate and connect with people on a different level. The outside world has nothing to do with that 7 or 8 foot space that I'm sharing with that person at that time. So that's what I love about being a stylist.
And I think that's got to be gratifying, Brandi, is that generally speaking, it's kind of the best part of a lot of people's week. Like, I mean, because there's a lot of jobs where you are seeing like the worst part of people. I mean, I would think, you know, if you're working in a dental office, you know, some people don't like going to the dentist.
I love going to
I know
the dentist.
I don't know, and my sister's a dentist, so I guess I'm just picking on that.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, you know, like, you know, if you're you know, in court, or you work in court, you're not usually dealing with the person's best day.
Yeah.
But in your case, you're kind of dealing with people.
Hopefully we're making it their
You're
best
making
day.
it their best day, but
Right.
they're also kind of expecting it as well, which also is there's another side, because there's expectations too of that. But you know, but the whole idea of like people are excited kind of to have that. That's got to be gratifying.
It is, yeah. It is. It's great. I love when people look in the mirror and, you know, they do that. Oh my God, I love my hair. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it is.
So what's the secret of being the best color person?
Listening.
Listening. Yeah.
Just even with haircuts, just sitting and listening to the person, and also having the expertise. You know, you'll have some people come in, and of course all the brunettes show you pictures of blondes. They're like, I want my hair to look like this. Well, I can give you that haircut, but it's not going to look like that.
Right.
You know, or someone will come in with hair like mine, and they'll show, you know, me a picture of someone with hair like Cara, and they've got all these layers. Well, if I put all those layers in my hair, you'd see right through it, you know? So you've got to have that balance, that area of expertise where you explain to people, I can't put those layers in your hair because
How hard is it to turn a brunette into a blonde?
it's not that. It's not that. It's it's that.
Is that a weird question? I don't know.
No,
Okay.
no, but I mean, most blondes aren't blonde.
Right,
Most
I'm
blondes
not.
are
Oh,
brunettes.
brunette.
Right.
It's just highlights.
Wait, Cara, you're not?
What?
I thought you were a natural.
I don't know what
Wait
you're
a
talking
minute.
about.
Well, I went back to my sort of my natural color, and I just couldn't. I lasted like, I don't know, maybe 6 months, and I was like, no.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
that
long
is
time.
long. But
I'm just kidding. I know that Cara is actually a natural brunette. Everybody, you know, but
And
but
you
she-
can see it because I have not had my
The back.
whole head done.
Yep.
It's dark underneath there. I'm like, you know what? It's kind of cool.
It is
Gives it a little
cool.
depth.
little depth.
But one thing you learn over the years is managing expectations with clients. So the bad thing to do is overpromise somebody something that their hair or you as a stylist not capable of delivering. So you have to manage expectations, and what the best way to manage expectations is to actually be honest with the person. Tell them, well, we may not be able to get there today, but usually you can get there. But you really want to just manage the expectation, because the expectation is, if, well, he told me it might take a couple of tries, but if I get it today, she's actually going to be happy with the outcome. If you promise her that she can get that particular look and you can't deliver it, that's actually worse
Yeah.
than not doing anything at all. So managing expectations is really, and you learn that over the years. It's not something that they teach you in cosmetology
No.
school, or it's not even your first job.
Yeah.
It's not, but you eventually learn that you have to manage the expectations, not just manage the expectation of the client, but manage your own expectations, and don't let your own ego get in the way. Are you thinking you're the best cutter, the best colorist, And sometimes when you let your ego get in the way, you end up getting in trouble because you actually don't deliver. And then, and in a small town like Pittsfield, that's a death sentence to a salon because a woman go in Market 32, or she goes into Guido's or wherever she goes, and people see her and they know her and they ask her, and she said, and usually you have to do that because they usually don't name the person that did the bad thing to their hair. They name the salon. And so then Blu get hit. Don't go to Blu because. And so you have to just manage your expectations and manage the expectations of the client.
You got it. Word of mouth is powerful.
And I will say there are haircuts. Like my mom and my aunt had the, I don't even know, maybe the wedge cut
where it comes
whatever.
down.
Yeah.
The Beckham, Victoria Beckham haircut.
Yeah, and it was hard. I mean, it's hard to find someone with their hair because, their hair is very thick and to get that like perfectly without pieces, hang. So it was hard to find someone, and then once you do find that person leaves or moves or whatever, you're like, oh my gosh, because you have that hairstyle.
You gotta look all over again.
Yep. So there are hairstyles and haircuts that are really, difficult, and whatever. And same with like when my hair for the wedding, I was petrified because I don't ever like an updo doesn't work for me. I can't find anyone that can do like an updo the way I would really want it. So I wore my hair down, and your girl did a beautiful. I was
as long as it's done in sections.
Yeah,
that's what makes it manageable.
Yeah,
and
when it's super thick, and I mean I've had hundreds of bobby pins in there, and it's painful. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm too old. Like, I just want to be comfortable. But,
oh my, it's so complicated.
Yeah.
Women. Jeez. God bless you. Rose Davis McDonald says, we have an awesome staff. And Jocelyn Marie says, do you guys work with curly hair and little ones? My hair needs all the tick, and Santo needs his first haircut. I don't know if that was a typo, but I'm with you, Jocelyn. So what do you think? Get the curls?
Yeah.
You're used to curls? Got a few?
Just a few.
So what's it like working on what are the major differences in hair? Like you have the thinner hair, you have thicker hair, you have curls, how do you manage all that?
God, how do I put this into words?
What's your favorite when you see someone come in and you're like, oh.
I don't have a favorite.
Can't admit to it anyway.
Like Nelson said, it's managing expectations and knowing what you're doing. You've got to know fine hair. You need to cut it in an inverted V in the back, so you create a weight on either side of the ear, because you have hair that goes from here to here on the back, but none here. So you don't want to create a hole in someone's hair, so you're seeing through it. And with thick hair, you can put a ton of layers in it, and it just depends on the person and what they're looking for, and that's where the listening comes in. Just sit down and have a conversation with the person.
Love it.
Yeah.
So Brandi also is an author. She wrote a book of recipes, and on the post edit we'll bring this up and we'll make sure we have a picture of this. So what is the book called?
Cookie Classics Made Easy.
And so this is a book that's been out for a while.
It's been out since 2016.
2016. So tell me about that book. What was the inspiration behind putting that recipe book together?
I was in my apartment, and it was my first apartment, and a commercial came on for cookies, and I went into my pantry and I started pulling cookbooks out, and they just made me crazy because I had a tiny little kitchen, and it was take the flour and the baking soda and all this and put it in a bowl and put it aside. Aside where? Like, I did not have a large kitchen. So I started writing recipes where it was just one bowl, and one step at a time, you just started adding stuff into that bowl. And I had a few recipes that were pretty good, and I started making them at the salon that I was working at and bringing them in. And then people were coming up to me and asking me for these recipes that I had worked so hard on. And I looked at them and I said, no, no, you can't have my recipe. And I just straight up lied and said, I'm writing a cookbook, you can't have it. And then because of what we do for a living, we see so many different people. I had people saying, oh, well, have you heard of Story Publishing up in Adams? You should approach them, and maybe they can help you. And so I'm like, oh my God, I could actually make this a reality. And so I started coming up with a few more recipes, and then customers were asking, do you have a shortbread recipe? Do you have a rum raisin recipe? And little by little, I started making these recipes and acquiring different cookies. And I went to Story Publishing with a basket full of cookies and a proposal, and they had me come in, and before you knew it, I was writing a cookie cookbook.
Wow. That's
kinda
awesome.
crazy.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
so, like, there had to be photography and all that
Yes.
to it. So, yeah, who did that? And
They
and
did.
So Story did it. Okay.
Story
so
did it. I didn't want to photograph the cookies. It probably would have been easier, but my mom and I we had to bake every single cookie. So we were doing half recipes, and we were baking every cookie and freezing them, and then we'd bring up like.
So you did it with your mom.
I did it with my mom. We baked the cookies and brought them up and had them photograph them.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
So awesome.
And we have the cookbook.
Yeah, we use it all the time.
Yeah, well, so it's right on our microwave. It's literally right there, and like my daughter's like,
It's
I
there
want to
to-
make the maple cookies. She loves the maple cookies.
Oh,
so-
you've used it.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. She's used it.
Just
Yes.
gonna text me and tell me to come over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can just bring cookies over if you want to.
Yeah, anytime. I
Well,
have free time.
I mean,
Sure.
I don't know if you're willing to do such a thing, but
John
I'll
loves
leave them in your
cookies.
mailbox.
oh my God, I love cookies. So where are you located? Susan Belmont Lagenheim asks, where are you located? You're in the Williams Street Plaza, but what's the address there?
740 Williams Street.
740 Williams Street.
Most people know it as Berkshire Eye Center.
Berkshire Eye Center, but way back in the day, it was like an A&P, I think, wasn't
Adams Supermarket.
it? Adams Supermarket. See, we go back. The old Adams Supermarket back in the day. So that's what I remember when I was a kid. But yeah, the Berkshire Eye Center and all that. But that's a tremendous location. It really is. I mean,
It's great.
Southeast Pittsfield. You have Dalton on the outskirts and
Yeah.
all that. I've always thought that was a tremendous
It's really easy
area.
to get to.
Yeah, and now you have the yoga place,
Yeah.
and they're doing their thing over there. Although I always thought that should be like a that use that drive-through for like a coffee place or something.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
No
That would've been
disrespect.
great. Little Starbucks right there.
But I mean, or whatever, or someplace local, or, of course.
Yeah.
But anyhow, yeah. So I think it's awesome. And so the other thing is you're a photographer. You're multi-talented, so you are the key photographer for the Pittsfield Little League, I think, as I'm
gosh,
understanding.
that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
So tell me about that. What was one time actually? Let me see, Brandi. It was
One
at
of the games, I think, at Deming.
Demi, but no, we saw her at the adult prom at
Oh,
Baldwin.
right.
That was the first time I had ever gone there. That was fun.
Yeah, that was.
It was pouring. It was like we're not in Kansas anymore. I mean, the wind was blowing. It was pouring
Yeah,
out.
it did rain towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
we
yeah.
had such a good time.
It
Though.
was
It
We didn't
was
go this past
fun,
year, but it was
yeah.
in 2023, I think, that we went, and we really had a great time. It was very, very fun.
Yeah.
Balderdash can put
I
on
guess
a good.
someone had quoted Donna had come in. I think she came in for a massage, ironically enough, and she had come in and was saying someone had offered her services to photograph the prom, but her approach, it sounded like she was just going to go and take pictures.
Mhm.
And then Donna, I love Donna. She's like, yeah, that's great. Yes, please, And then the girl quoted her a price. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not, I will come to it. So
Isn't that funny?
I went, and it was,
And
it
the
was
pictures were
fun.
great.
It was a lot of
They were
fun.
tremendous.
Thank you.
And but that, but of course photographers. We talk. There's the normal rate, and then there's the wedding rate,
Right.
and then there's so it's a
I gotta say, weddings are hard.
They are hard.
They're hard, and it's not just photographing the wedding. There is so much work after the hours and hours and hours. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's what you have left.
Well, yeah,
Right.
but you're
It's your
also,
pictures.
as our friend Mark Rosinski would say, you're also paying for the fact that it's high pressure. If you're a photographer,
So much
you can't
pressure.
screw up
No.
the wedding. So, you're paying the premium on making sure
Usually
that,
there's two people there, because
two photographers.
two photographers, to make sure.
I thought you were two weddings.
2 weddings at the same big deal.
No, second weddings, second marriage is always better. That's as I
gotta
understand.
figure out the first one. I'm a little slow sometimes. It's good. So, by the way, again, everyone, if you comment, like, share, you are in the running for a gift certificate from Blu Salon and Spa, located on Williams Street. Brandi Scalise is with us, as is Nelson Ross, one of the classic hairstylists there, one of the very, very talented stylists there with so much experience and all of that. But, Brandi, of course, you're from the Scalise family, which is very well known in the Berkshires. Lots of very talented brothers and family members and developers and all that. So, what was it like growing up in that family? I don't know. What was it like growing up in
And
your
you have a
family?
twin brother. You have a twin brother. That's super cool.
You do have a twin brother.
I do have a twin brother, but everyone thought my older brother was my twin brother.
You look more like your older brother.
I do. Yep, and we act more alike. I don't know. It's a big family, hardworking, just a lot of great people, and everyone has their own little talents.
Including entrepreneurial spirit.
A little bit.
I mean, it takes guts
Yeah.
to do what you've done. I mean, not only you're an author but like going into business, and it takes a lot of guts to do that.
It just seemed like the natural progression of things to me. And then I've been blessed with all these other people in my life that are amazing. Rose, and we've got, like I said, an awesome staff, and everyone pitches in. It's just amazing.
But it takes a certain kind of leadership to create that. I mean, honestly, because it doesn't always work out that way. And I knew, like, when I go back to when I owned the restaurant, it's how you approach things and how you're the owner, but you're not like the boss.
No,
Like,
I'm like behind
you're
the
part
scenes.
of it. You're doing it with everybody. You know what I mean? And so that makes a big difference. And but it takes a certain kind of owner to create that. So
Thank you.
that's a
I appreciate
testament
that.
to your leadership skills. And
Rose just yelled at me today. Because I said I was sorry about something. She's like, "What did I tell you about that?" I'm like, "Oh boy."
It's good to have honest feedback.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and if your people who are working with you at your place are feeling comfortable and they're able to, that's a good situation.
yeah.
You know, because you want that. You don't want it where they don't feel like they can tell you.
Yeah, no, I want them to be able to approach me.
Yeah. And Nelson, you owned one?
I did
yeah.
on salon, yeah.
So you've been down that road too.
Yeah, salon. I mean, so salon life, basically a salon life. No matter where you live in the country, all hairdressers, you can find the personality of every hairdresser in the world in a salon, and it doesn't matter. You can close your eyes and pick a place in Butte, Montana. You can go to San Francisco. You can go to New York City. And you will see the personalities of hairdressers in all of those places. But the one thing that set really good salon owners apart from the ones that, and that's the person who actually understand that their success is based on the success of the people around them in the salon. And when you understand that, then you actually can go about running a successful salon. And so we have that at Blu. We have a basic philosophy that customer service is utmost, that every client walking to the salon, it's a privilege to have us do their hair versus it's our privilege to do the client's hair. In Pittsfield, for instance, most women drive by at least 7 salons, probably to get to Blu.
That's a good
And
point.
so we have to
Driving down Elm Street, you went
so
right
we
by.
have to understand that it's our appreciation of the fact that that person comes into Blu that make us successful. So, and we have to be able to pass that on to the client. The client have to feel like you want them there, versus making them think that that's the only place that they can go. And so, customer service and then community connection. We try to have a good community connection in Pittsfield. Last year, every year we do Toys for Tots, and then last year we had a sock drive for the Christian Center because we found out that socks and underwear is the most asked for the unhoused. And this year we are partnering with Berkshire Humane Society, and we're asking people whoever would like to come and drop off pet food, dog food, blankets, whatever, to drop them off at the shop, and then we'll bring it over to Berkshire Humane Society and give it to them. So community, letting people know that we are part of the community, that we're not just trying to make a dollar off the community, but we really want to be a part of the community. And when you have that, you get all of the nice things that people say about Blu Salon.
And Rebecca Hughes says, I love, with 3 E's, 4 E's, doing wedding hair, though, one of my all-time fave services. So,
Rebecca works for
Rebecca
us.
works-
She does nails,
I'm
hair,
assuming.
makeup. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a post on our Facebook page. I'll repost it for the Humane Society because they're always looking for
That's great.
not only stuff for the pets, but they need stuff.
Yeah.
They need Tide,
Right.
to do the laundry, and so yeah, we're trying to help them out. And I gotta say, it's the hardest drive we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, socks and underwear we actually call Bombas. Have you heard of them?
No, I have not heard of Bombas. What is Bombas?
Socks.
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 We started with socks.
Oh, cool.
We oh yeah. Oh, wait, hold on.
nice.
Oh, wait, hold it up
Oh,
again.
you won't be holding it. So Bombas
Okay.
is a company that it was 2 guys. They were in corporate, and they realized socks were mostly needed in homeless shelters. So for every sock they sell, they donate a pair to the homeless shelter. And they're great. They've got that honeycomb in the middle, so it really kind of snugs your foot.
Yeah.
It's awesome. They're great socks.
Okay.
And we called them and told them we were doing this sock and underwear drive, and they started doing underwear as well. So they donated packages to us to donate to the Christian Center.
Tremendous.
It was really cool.
That is amazing. That
Yeah.
is amazing. Well, that's good work. And
Yeah.
now it's a good pair of socks out there.
I'll
Samba.
have to look those up.
I'll have to look
I
that
wear
up.
Sockwells. They're like, what do you call them? Support
Yeah.
socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked retail for 17 plus years, so I like
That's
to.
what the ones are that I have on. That's why
Good to
they're
know.
blue. Yeah.
Good to know.
Compression.
Compression. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So the Sockwells, I mean, they're pricey, but they're totally worth it because
Yeah.
it helps tremendously.
Sock
Especially-
wells.
Yeah.
All right. See, I don't know about
But
these
I'm going to
things.
have to look those
Going
up.
with your sock.
Yeah, my sock.
I mean, yeah, it's perfect.
It's our sock
we'll
theme
have them
tonight.
mailed to Cara so she can take them out of the package and then.
Yes. She can properly depackage solidly and without any reservation and without any concern.
We'll just
for-
buy you a whoopee and you can cuddle
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah. Man, yeah, it is kind of a weird thing on my part. I'm probably
it's
I'm
not.
probably the minority, like, but I just like thinking like it's
I
still
like,
new.
I like to get rid of and clean, and John kind of likes, to feel that new feeling for a little
Yeah.
while. And I'm like, nope,
Holding
we're
on
taking
to
the
it.
wrapping up.
Oh my days, it's great. It's great.
So at Blue also, which is pretty cool, you have you retail Jane Iredale as well.
Yeah.
So that's
their
a
whole
big
line.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
and they're still so Jane
She's-
retired,
yep,
right? And she
she
sold the
sold the
business,
line.
but the quality of the products is still
exactly the same.
okay.
Yep.
So you're sure of that you're on that.
I'm on it.
You're on it.
I'm a
Testing,
fan.
yeah. Do you use Jane Iredale?
Everything on my face.
Everything on your, okay. Very good. Well, that's good to hear because it's a good local business-ish. I don't know if they're, I assume they're still doing their stuff in Great Barrington
Yep.
and everything like
Yeah.
that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good to
Yeah,
see.
but a lot of people love that they can go in and get that. I know my mom does, and my sister, and
Yeah.
they love it. So
All that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace your lip gloss there with a Jane
Yeah.
one.
I just got I needed something quick today.
Hanging out with your hairstylist friend is always gotta be fun. What's that lip gloss you got there?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I think we have to work on that.
You guys are gonna find things in your mailbox the next couple days. Brownies, lip gloss.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I like the sound of that. Now,
Good.
I like to hear that. I like to hear that. So, did we miss anything? What at Blue did we not talk about? Because you have the massage therapy. You
Full
have
body waxing.
full body waxing.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Beth and Melanie. Melanie's actually going to school Monday to she's already been to school. She has her license, but she is going for just a concentrated class on waxing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to go for that on Monday, and
So, do people do their arms and legs too, or their
Everything.
everything? Yeah. Okay. Like men too.
we don't do men Brazilians.
Well, no, I mean I know.
No, but I mean it is a thing. It
She's
is
gonna
a
cut
thing.
right to the chase. No, we don't
Yeah.
do men Brazilians, but,
But
like
we'll go everywhere else.
I'm just just trying to be
Yeah.
I don't. I mean I probably would never do that. I'm just saying. I just
Change the subject. So we do facials, facials, massage. We do manicures, pedicures. We don't do any artificial nails. Rebecca, she does a lot of nail art. We do gel polish and hair and makeup.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. That's tremendous. Blu Salon and Spa. So Brandi Scalise is
So
the
if you
owner.
haven't been in, you've got to go in.
Yeah, at
and
least
check it
come in
out.
and check
You
it out.
gotta check it
Yeah.
out. And what is your website? You have a website.
So it's BLU Salon Spa with an S on it, SPAS.com. So Blu Salon Spas. blusalonSpa.com.
And we'll post it. And also, as I mentioned, if you do comment, we'll keep that up, around for 24 hours. You know, if people comment on the live show, on this show, or share and comment, you'll be in the running for a gift certificate, which you're going to have to go in and go into
Come
Blu
get it.
Salon on Williams Street and get that once we let you know that you're in. But go in there anyway. Go say hi to
Yeah.
Brandi. And it's awesome. Because all that time you were open, I think I went there just recently.
Yeah.
And it was great. Because I'm not hanging out at salons all the time, but
Time.
but
Fresh cookies.
but yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
if you
The fresh cookies,
that's one way to
coffee
do it.
station. Yeah.
Coffee station, the rest. So Brandi and Nelson, it's been a great pleasure having you on the show. It's
Thank
awesome,
you.
and we had a lot of fun tonight. And again, people go ahead and comment and like and share the video over the next 24 hours, and we will announce a winner on next week's show, and then they'll go and see Brandi and get a gift certificate. Be
Awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, you
amazing.
guys.
So,
Thanks
so
for
just
coming.
be ready for let's see, it's Tuesday, so we still
Yeah.
have another day before garbage day. So we'll see you again then on Thursday morning. Brandi.
And there's no more ice.
And there's no more.
Thank God. I can't take it.
We actually have a clear driveway. They can roll that toter down. All right, tremendous. So everyone have a great night.
Have a great night.
Love you all. We'll talk to you soon.